We're going to be solving equations with variables on both sides. If we look at the example that's already done for us, the first thing that we always want to do is we want to simplify. So in this case, we see the 2x minus the x, and that gives us an x. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring the variables to one side. So we just pick a side that we want the variables to be on. So I'm going to subtract an x on both sides, and 5x minus x is 4x. Then I am going to isolate the variables. So in this case, I'm going to add the opposite. So I'm adding 3 on both sides. 6 plus 3 gives me a 9. And since this is being multiplied by 4, I divide it by 4, and that gives me 9 over 4. So looking at example 1, first thing that I want to do is simplify. It's already simplified on both sides. So next thing is I'm going to get the x's on one side. 3x minus x is 2x. And then I'm going to add the 5. And I get 2x is equal to negative 2. And then I divide it by 2. And I get x is equal to negative 1. Let's look at another one. What I'm going to do is combine the like terms. 6x and x gives me 7x. And then I'm going to bring the smaller x over to the larger x, but technically it doesn't matter. Then I have negative 4 equals 2x plus 11. Some people like the x on the left-hand side, but I prefer it to be positive. But in either situation, you're always going to end up with the same answer. Then I'm going to subtract the 11. And I get negative 15 equals 2x. I divide it by 2. So that means I isolate the variable. I get it by itself. So x is equal to negative 15 over 2. Okay, if we're looking at letter C, these are a little bit more complicated. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute the 4 to each of the terms. And that gives me 4x minus 28 minus 7x equals, I'm going to distribute the 9 to each of the terms, 9 minus 81x. Next thing I'm going to do is simplify. 4x minus 7x is negative 3x. And my next step is I want the x's on one side. So I'm going to take the negative 81 and I'm going to add it to the other side. And when I add it to the other side, I'm adding the opposite. So we get 0. 81 minus 3x gives me 78x minus 28 equals 9. Then I'm going to add the 28. And I get 78x is equal to 37. And my last step is I'm going to divide it by 78, divided by 78. So x is equal to 37 over 78. Okay, our last one. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to distribute. So I distribute the 3 to each of the terms. So I get 3x minus 18. Distribute the negative 5 to each of the terms. Negative 5x minus 10. I'm going to combine the like terms. 3x minus 5x is negative 2x. Negative 18, negative 10 is negative 28. Then 5 plus 3 gives me 8. And my next step is I'm going to add the 2x on both sides. I want to get the x's together. And I get negative 28 equals 8 plus x. And my last step is I want to subtract the 8. And that gives me negative 36 is equal to x, or you could put x is equal to negative 36. Either one is correct.